Are we on?
Good afternoon and welcome to today's TESPN broadcast. Boys soccer here on the banks of the James River. The Benedictine Cadets visit the Trinity Titans Senior Day here on Pitaway. I am joined by Cece Molesky and Kate DeRocco, a couple of all-league players on the girls' Trinity team. And they're seniors as well, seeing their classmates play their last home game. How you guys feeling today, Cece?
Feeling pretty excited, hoping the boys can pull off the win and that it'll be a pretty competitive game. So, yeah.
Kate, how about you?
Oh, I'm so hyped right now. This is going to be such a good game. I'm so excited.
Yeah, so these two teams did play earlier this year in a tournament up at Eastern Mennonite. Benedictine emerged a 3-2 winner. And I think that win has kind of helped keep them above the Titans in the state rankings all year, and they're really tight. So new rankings just came out yesterday. Cadets are 10th, Titans are 11th. So you got to figure the winner of this game probably gets at least the 10th spot, and the team that's 9th, Stab, Trinity, still is yet to play them, and Benedictine tied them. So I think there's a path for the Titans to move at least to 9th or maybe even 8th, which top 8 would get you a home game. And then as far as the Cadets go, I think they're still in the mix with a win today to possibly eke out a home game in the state tournament in a couple weeks. So anytime these two schools play, really in any sport, it's always a big rivalry, and this is no different. We see senior Ryan Lloyd pass to senior Hayes Shepard, and he has a great shot, which is saved by Luke Bergeron, the Cadets' freshman keeper.
Oh, wow.
But that was a really nice pass by Ryan Lloyd, and also I am noticing that on senior day that junior Griffin Garnett is in the starting lineup, who was the National Player of the Year for the ECNL and has gotten to play just a couple times in Titan colors this fall. So excited to see Griffin. I think this is the first time he's played a home game.
Oof.
And that corner kick, a little too much on it, but Kenan Muminovic, haven't seen him play in a while either, as he was hurt most of the year.
Yeah, this is his first home game back, I think.
Okay. Great ball by Jack Cranston out to Seth Molesky. And a hard tackle.
What?
The officials has a little lecture for somebody. I'm not too sure what he's talking about, but that's one of the best refs we have there in the center. He does a good job, so I think it should be a well-officiated game. You all might remember this. He was the ref at the Woodbury State game last year that went to PKs.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
He's good. He's like, I mean, I'm not saying he'll be perfect, but he's a solid ref that you can feel like you're going to get a fair, judgment from. All right.
Oh.
Cadets
Is
look to play it
Matthias
through.
not starting this
Close
game?
clearance by Joe there.
It would appear Matthias is not starting. I'm guessing just because Coach Phillips wants to get all the seniors in the starting lineup, and Hayes Shepard couldn't quite keep that one in.
I thought that was in.
I thought it was in too, but
yeah, such a good breakaway right
what we think doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm a little surprised. Maybe Matthias,
I think he should be in soon.
maybe he missed practice. Not sure. What? Man, I know it's senior day, but Roman's not a senior.
Ooh.
One thing I feel like we've seen, from the opening whistle is the pressure that the Titans are putting on Benedictine. With every ball, they're following it. They're making it hard for Benedictine to complete passes, which I think has been beneficial in keeping the ball in Benedictine's defensive half.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Cece. I do think it's been a really positive start these first 5 minutes for the Titans. And you're right. I'm not sure the cadets have connected 2 passes in a row yet. So we'll see if this pressure can pay off with an early goal.
Nice job by Seth there.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Seth playing center back. I know he's got a good resource at home. He can ask about center back, what to do back there.
Ooh.
That's a shot on goal. Not too hard hit, though, by Christian Ramos of the Cadets.
Oh, man, we got a student section rolling in right now.
Yeah, I guess it would have been y'all's sophomore year, but one of the better atmospheres I've seen on this field was when these two battled in the state tournament in 2021.
Yeah.
Cadets brought a ton of fans. Trinity had a huge student section. That was a blast. Roman Gamino was looking for Banga out there on the right, but a little bit behind him, and we see several subs coming on for Benedictine. It is a just glorious day weather-wise. If we got, I'm sure we have viewers all over, maybe grandparents in other states. When you think about like a perfect fall afternoon, this is it. And I was actually thinking about this coming down here, that all the games I remember from when I was in high school, I'm sure this isn't how it actually was, but all the ones that I can remember, it was either raining or perfect. Like it's days like today that you just remember being out there, playing on your rival, playing on senior day, playing for a state ranking, just kind of what it's all about as a high school athlete. So,
and I feel like
excited for these guys.
With so many things going on, like you said, senior night, fighting for the state ranking, like it just makes it that much more exciting, that much more to like work for.
Yep.
And it just like really adds something to the game.
It does, and I think we've seen that in the Titans play early on. I mean, they look much sharper than the last home game that we broadcast against Christ Church last week, where they got off to a really pretty poor start. Good header there by Ryan Lloyd. They just look a lot more locked in than they were early on in that one. In fact, against Christ Church, Titans were down 2-0 within 12 minutes. Banga's going to put some pressure on the outside back there along with Nathan, but the Cadets are just about able to see it out of the pressure. That's a nice ball.
There, yeah. Honestly, I'd say it's pretty equal right now. Like, exactly. But
it certainly is on the scoreboard. Ryan Lloyd got taken out right there on the sideline, and I'm laughing just because Ryan just had done to him what he frequently does to opponents, which is just get that little extra elbow. But it was nice to see some good sportsmanship there as Jake Janus knocked Ryan down. That is a good ball, and I think the keeper got a hand to it. Should be a corner kick, and it is. Jack Cranston does a phenomenal job, speaking of our seniors, of playing set pieces. And
wait, what is he? Offsides?
Okay.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Didn't seem like offsides, but admittedly I wasn't even really thinking about offsides there. So that's what the AR is paid to do, is think about offsides. Not a great ball out by Bergeron there, and I'm sure, Kate, as a keeper yourself, that one gave you a little bit of a lump in your throat, seeing, when you play a ball that goes right down the middle on the ground. That's not what you want to do.
Yeah, that was also risky because it almost looked like his team passed him back. But, I mean, I guess it was a deflection, but
Brady Lang showing off some moves. And that time it was just anywhere will do. Big kick by Anthony Gambardella, the junior center back, number 18 for the Cadets. This could play. This could be good. If Hayes can get on the end of it. And off the bar, does not go in.
So unlucky.
Hayes is still down, I think, just in frustration. But what a ball by, I think, Seth, right? Out of the back to Hayes. Hayes showing off his speed. He was in. And that post, I think, is still shaking from how hard he hit it. But it's a good sign for the Titans, though. I mean, they're definitely locked in. And it's so fun to watch Griffin Garnett play. He's just so neat with the ball. He's never a stray touch, always values possession.
And also just like showing one of the most important skills, which is just like composure on the ball. He always has someone on him, but he just finds a way to stay calm, find feet, and keep it neat.
I have a huge smile on my face just because composure, yes, that is the word for Griffin. He is just so, like, doesn't matter if there's 4 guys on him. He looks like he's just, like, woke up and went to get his morning coffee, like, totally chill. At summer pickup where we all played, boys, girls, coaches, love playing with Griffin. He's just, like, he never gives it away. Always makes the simple, smart play and composure for sure. But I also see Griffin out there in the middle directing traffic, which is good to see because he doesn't play with these guys a ton, but that he has the trust of his teammates that he can still be a leader on the pitch.
Ooh, great turn by Hayes right there. Get it out. Oh, unlucky.
Not the best pass by Brady as he gave it away, but Griffin gets it right back. A little bit of a heavy touch by Jack Cranston there.
Some good defending there by Roman, just keeping it in front of him, allowing Jack to get back in position and allowing more of his teammates to drop.
Yeah, and again, it was one of those, like, Griffin didn't even touch it, but the way he positioned his body was basically like, you can go down the sidelines, but you're not getting back to the middle. And he just forced them into that cul-de-sac, and then Roman was able to squeeze it. I need to remember about the 12-15 mark. That might be a good video to show the girls' team.
Switch towards the middle.
Good clearance there by Brady.
That's way up in the air in this sunny sky. Beautiful header by Hayes Shepard, and if it's a race for the ball, Nathan Sims is pretty much always going to win it.
Oh, unlucky pass right there.
Yeah. Saw what he was trying to do, but.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, unlucky again. Oh, Kanan.
Good. Well, I thought it was a good clean tackle by Kanan, but I think the AR is going to say that he got a piece of the man, and it is going to be a free kick for the Cadets.
Is that? Oh. Is it throw it?
No. Free kick.
Oh.
They called a foul on Kanan.
I couldn't see. My bad.
It's funny though. I mean, the Benedictine player is throwing it in. I think the center ref overruled the AR because the AR was definitely saying he fouled him.
Yeah.
Ooh, great tackle there by Hayes.
Crunching tackle by Hayes, and that ball took a funky spin. And they're going to say Titan ball. Mina caught a break there. All right, we got 3 juniors checking in on senior day. Matthias Rusi, he'll take his customary position at center back, which is going to push Seth up. And then also Oliver Simpson comes in and Ben Gravely. And it's going to be Nathan Sims, Ryan Lloyd, and Banga Mwenda checking out. So the Titans just got a little bit younger. 3 juniors coming in for 3 seniors.
This is ambitious.
It's a nice crowd on this beautiful
Ooh.
autumn day.
Hayes is
Hayes is
gonna
gonna
keep it in.
yeah.
Nice work. Hayes shielded that out so we could have a pretty deep throw in. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised
Oh,
Oliver
he
took it
back there.
like
Yeah, the
25 yards behind where he could have, and
Yeah.
he's also going to get called for a foul throw,
what?
which is no. He said he didn't put it all the way behind his head. That was, to me, was an opportunity lost. I mean,
Yeah.
especially on our narrow field. Jack Cranston's got a huge throw, be pretty much as good as a corner kick down there. Instead, Oliver tries to throw it quickly and throws it illegally. Juniors.
Matthias Russi gets ahead on that. Roman's gonna keep it in.
Yeah, that could be a really
Good
nice ball.
there by Roman.
Seth tried to
I
use
missed
his
that.
chest to pass it. Falls back to Seth. He's dangerous in these spots. Seth loves to be along that end line. We saw his goal against Christchurch from a
Ooh.
nearly impossible angle. They were going to call Seth, though, for the foul there.
Oh, speaking of goals from impossible angles, Hamlin, did you see Hayes Shepard's goal during the last game against Woodbury?
No,
Oh my gosh.
not seen it.
I think they might release it somewhere, put it on Trinity's Instagram or something, but it was the most amazing free kick I've ever seen.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, I have not seen it. I heard about
Woo!
it on the coaches' group chat, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have a foul there, as it looked like after Matthias Russi played that ball, a late challenge by Nathan Howerton, and that's kind of what you expect to see when these teams get together. A little bit of extra things after the ball is gone.
Yeah. Ooh.
And nothing comes of that one, as a rare, not very good free kick by Jack Cranston. Is usually he's really reliable, but that one didn't do much.
Ooh. A drop kick punt by their goalkeeper.
Yeah, drop kicks used to be a lot more common.
I think they're weird, honestly.
I like them. Great ball by Seth out to Roman. That could
Ooh.
play just over.
Oh,
I think some people maybe
the
thought that went
fans,
in.
Yeah. We have a
Um,
bunch of parents over to our left, and they all got really happy for a second.
I think it was a great idea, but just taking that one extra touch so he can have more control over where it would have been.
No, I
more
agree, and
beneficial.
that it almost looked like that drill
Ooh.
that sometimes we do in warm-ups of like playing it out wide to then get a cross in, and you can take it. Roman had all day to take a touch. I don't think he meant to shoot it,
Yeah.
and yet it ends up looking like a near miss shot, but I think it was just more like a badly mishit cross.
Well, and I think kind of what you were saying back to that drill, playing it slightly towards the PK spot, because oftentimes goalies in these games do have the ability to jump up,
Ooh.
grab it right out of the air. So just trying to avoid that too.
Yeah, especially people ask me what's the biggest difference between high school boys soccer and high school girls soccer, and it might be that just the keepers in the boys game can basically always touch the crossbar, and so you're not going to get those mishit crosses that somehow sneak in. But Kate, in girls games that happens. In fact, Cece,
Yeah.
I think you've scored a couple that way
Yeah.
that were intended to be crossed in, and you got a little too much on it, and it ends up sailing over a keeper.
Ooh, Hayes is
Yep.
almost there.
Yeah, I do think Trinity is playing well, creating a lot of half chances, dominating possession.
Yeah.
It just scares you a little that when you feel like you're in a more dominant position but haven't gotten on the board, it can be a little scary.
Well, I think also just going off of that, like in these games where both teams are good and it's competitive, like taking advantage of the chances that you do have are really like the difference between winning and losing.
There's no question, and the best chance of the game certainly fell to Hayes Shepard, who just crushed it against that crossbar. Cadets establishing some possession, but Titans are able to dispossess. Nice header there. That looked like a handball, and it will be. Yeah. Yeah, producer Ben Snyder reminding me that the cadet goalie is just a freshman, which you don't see that very often, a starting varsity keeper that's in 9th grade. So respect to him. That's a great idea by Griffin Garnett. And I think that was one of those where maybe Griffin is a little bit playing chess while his teammates are playing checkers. You know, like, I just think he's used to playing at such a high level that he knew the whole time what he was intending to do, kind of give Benedictine the eyes that I'm going right. And he knew all along he wanted to play Brady in. The only problem was Brady didn't know it till it was just a split second too late.
Sorry to cut you off. Every single time, except for this time, he's gone short, the Benedictine goalkeeper. So I feel like later on in the game, that's probably going to be pretty helpful because, I mean, in the last couple times where he's, unlucky right there. But the last couple of times he's played a short ball, we've gotten it like almost immediately after. So a little risky.
And I think I remember that one of the assistant coaches, I actually forget what, I think it was Coach Yasinski, but not positive, went and scouted Benedictine play Collegiate a few weeks back. And if I remember correctly, Collegiate scored 2 goals from Benedictine taking goal kick short. They pressed high, dispossessed, and scored. And I think that Coach Yasinski was like, note to self, like, don't play short goal kicks against Collegiate.
Yeah.
Because it's playing right into their hands.
Well, I think we've already seen that, too, with the one that he did play to Hayes kind of at the top of the box, like just creating chances off of that.
Oh. Maybe, Griffin's going to cross. Oh. Unlucky touch by Brady there.
Yeah, well done by Matthias Rusi to bring it back under possession.
Hayes with the through ball.
And Ben Gravely could not keep it in play. It'll be a cadet throw from deep in their own defensive half. A little juggling by Seth.
Ooh. A weird clearance right there.
Great touch there by Griffin.
Yeah.
Offsides.
Yeah, that flag was up for a while before the center official finally saw it. But yeah, when that ball was in the air, I already was smiling because I knew Griffin was going to have a perfect touch. And it's just like, you just don't see that very often out here. But I was like, this is going to be great to watch. And it was perfect.
Great ball by Brady right there. Seth's going to fight
This is
for
what I'm talking about. He loves to be on that end line, and he's able to get a corner kick.
He scored exactly like that in the game before last home game.
Yeah, the Christchurch game. Yeah,
that was
exactly.
Incredible.
It was. I think I said about 10 minutes ago, I still can't figure out how he scored from that angle.
Oh, it was crazy. I rewatched the film, and I don't know, it was awesome.
But he likes getting to that end line, and it's just something that he's really comfortable with.
Ooh.
This one could go anywhere.
Yeah.
Good ball by Jack.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna. Unlucky. Yeah, in the last game they played against Woodbury, Seth's goal that they had, it was also just like that, and then he megged the goalkeeper.
Yeah, and that was with like 5 minutes left, right?
Mhm.
Did you go to that game?
I did. It was awesome.
Had you ever been to Woodbury before?
I don't think so. It was also awesome because there was more Trinity fans than Woodbury fans there.
Oh, nice. It's just such a beautiful campus.
Oh yeah, we were there right at sunset. Like you said, perfect day, perfect games.
Yeah, it's been a great week weather-wise this whole week.
Yeah, Woodbury's cheerleaders are always pretty entertaining, though.
Yeah. All right, so we got about 14 or so minutes till halftime. Titans feel in control, but
Whoa.
still 0-0 on
No
the scoreboard.
It's kind of weird. Oh, good work by Ollie there.
And couldn't quite keep it in play. It will be a Benedictine throw. Good tackle there by the Cadets.
Oh. Oh, unlucky there by Ben Gravely.
Kind of surprised that the left back there let that go out for a throw because he could have kept it in, and winning a throw in that deep in your own half isn't really something you're dying to have. But nice header by Kenan. Really great to see him back out there. Good job by Roma Gamino. Just didn't quite fall for Seth. Another good header by Kenan. Kenan's in all the action right now. No, he's not going to get that one through. I would like to see him give it to Griffin there, but Kenan just keeps going. I wonder how his fitness is just from being out for so long.
Yeah, he was talking about how, like, I mean, he's been out for so long, but he's been so excited to get back. Coach called him very ambitious because last game he kept shooting from like half field, just trying to get any opportunity he can. But I think we're going to see that in this game as well, just a lot of them actually. I'd say Seth, Hayes, and Kanan for sure, just trying every opportunity they get.
Yeah, and the thought of Kenan shooting from half field makes me smile because I think that's a family tradition. Good touch there by Hayes.
Oof. Big ball by Matthias Ursi. Oh, still in.
No, it's out.
Nah.
Even though the Cadets haven't created a whole lot, I give them credit for they've done really well to keep their shape. And since that Hayes Shepherd chance in the first 10 minutes or so, even though the Titans have had probably 65% of the possession, they haven't really created a whole lot. I think that Daniel Gill, the coach for Benedictine, who also was an excellent player at Benedictine, about, I don't know, probably around class of '06 or something like that. But Coach Gill does a really nice job, and he has these guys well drilled, and they keep their shape really well. And Benedictine comes in with a record of 7 wins, 6 losses, and 2 ties, or 1 tie.
Ooh.
Not a great touch there by Brady Lang, but
Good touch there by almost. It was almost good.
Kate, you're such a optimist. I thought goalies by nature were supposed to be pessimists, you know, always think about the worst case scenario, but that's not you.
No. I mean.
You got Cece there to do the
Yeah.
worrying for you.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was thinking. Cece's there. Good looks by Joe there.
Another optimistic goalkeeper,
Oh, my gosh.
Joe Turkley.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten a chance to call his name too much today, so I think he's only touched it a couple of times, but
That was a good punt.
it was a good punt. His punting has come a long way.
We got Benga going in for Ben Gravely and Ryan Lloyd for Oliver. Yeah, Ollie looked a little injured a second ago. Wait, is that Oliver?
It is Oliver, yeah. And getting a couple of the seniors back in on senior day with less than 9 minutes to go in the first half.
Wait, only 9 minutes left?
They're playing 40s.
Oh, I was like, this seems pretty
I'm
short.
pretty sure, because I know prep league games are 45, but this is not a league game, so I think it's 40. And
Ooh,
that is
Ryan
a foul.
Lloyd fighting to
yeah,
get that
yeah,
back.
I mean, yeah, but he definitely fouled him,
was-
and that's a good job there by
oh, that is not a good spot to have
the
a free
Cadets.
kick.
No, it's not. And I don't
I
know that
think-
Ryan needed to.
No.
Yeah, I think
that.
they're like the idea of putting pressure was good, but he is facing his defensive half, so there's just no need to foul there. Speaking from experience.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
among my biggest pet peeves of fouling someone who's not facing that way. This.
What? Oh. Seth gave, I don't know what number, just a honestly tiny shove to the back. Maybe it was with 2 hands, but like,
Yeah.
who's really counting? But
Yeah, it didn't seem like there was too much in that, but it'll be another free kick for Benedictine from just inside of midfield.
oh yeah, 'cause this is also with the sun factor, never good.
Yeah, this time of year, the sun gets really difficult angle for the keeper, who is in that goal farthest from the parking lot. As you can see, Joe Turkley covering his eyes. It's a good-looking ball, and Joe comes for it. He's not going to get there,
Oh.
and that's a goal for Benedictine. Number 2, Christian Ramos with the header.
Oh, that's so unlucky. I think Joe was there. I think he got shoved out of the way by someone or something.
I'm just not necessarily, I don't, like, obviously it's kind of hard to tell with that many people in the box, but I'm just not sure everyone on Trinity followed their man into the box there.
No, I think there's a few problems. First of all, let's give credit to Ramos, as well as actually not 100% sure who assisted and played that ball in, but it was a really good ball. Yeah, and I know it's 24, but that's not on the roster, unfortunately. So, yeah, I don't know. The 2 different rosters we have for Benedictine, neither has 24 on it, but it was a great ball by 24
Yes.
and a fantastic header by Ramos. But I was just going to say a couple of things. Joe's an incredible keeper. I'm not sure he needed to come for that one, though. I mean, it
I
was
wouldn't have.
way out away from the goal. Already a tough ball to see with the sun. And by vacating the goal, at that point, all he had to do was get a head on it. And also, let's not forget that should that really have been a free kick in the first place? I mean, the foul that led to that
It wasn't even a foul. Like, I
so
saw.
that's kind of what I'm saying. So tough luck for the Titans. Plenty of time to get back in it,
A
but
little touch.
yeah, I'd actually like to see them play through Griffin a little bit more. I noticed that Griffin Garnett is constantly showing in space, and I just think maybe they're not used to having him there, so they're not looking for him as much as you might expect. That's a good pass. And see, immediately, one touch.
Maybe looking to switch there.
I mean, if you notice, if Griffin's had the ball, that's a great ball by Brady across to Bango. But if Griffin has the ball, it always ends up on the foot of a teammate. He does not turn it over. And like to see the Titans just use his passing ability to more effect.
Oh.
Big throw by Cranston.
Ooh.
And good job by Bergeron to call it off. But Ryan Lloyd was able to get a little something on it.
Short.
Griffin dispossesses the cadet ball handler.
What I've seen with this team in situations where it's an important game and they get down by one is that I think they do really tend to keep their heads on, stay focused, and use that to be like, all right, we're getting a next one, we're locked in. But, I mean, some other teams, like, get down 1-0, stuff like that. People start to panic, but I haven't seen that much with this team.
Yeah, I agree, and there doesn't seem to be any signs of panic. I think they're still in fine shape. But that was the danger. That's kind of what I kept referring to. At 0-0, even though you felt like the Titans were pretty dominant, all it takes is one set piece.
Whoa! That was a foul. Yeah.
Yes, that was most definitely a foul. And Antonio Scoborn put his shoulder right into the back of Matthias Russi, and
the keeper just yelled, "He can't help it." Okay. Beautiful
Good ball
Oh. Unlucky. Their keeper, I know he's a freshman, but he seems very like mature and like put together. I wonder if he plays club.
I would think so. To be a ninth
Big
grader
club.
starting on varsity, I'm sure he's pretty experienced. And I agree with you, Kate. He looks very poised and in control. And, you know, one thing we maybe don't think about as much here, but because of the, like, military thing and the hierarchy at Benedictine, like, it's not easy being a freshman there in the fall. You know, there's your older peers can like make you do push-ups and things, you know, things like that, where it probably gains him like a lot of respect from the Benedictine community that he's, you know, a freshman starting on this 10th ranked team.
Oh,
He,
God.
just as we were singing his praises, he was quite casual with that one.
What is he doing? That is so excessive. Sorry.
I mean,
like,
you're a keeper.
No, that
the
is
official,
so
the official was
annoying.
not impressed. The ref just shook his head like, "Okay, dude."
Like, what's the need for that, buddy? I mean,
Well,
sorry.
if you went to Benedictine, you'd probably make him do push-ups now, but you know, you don't. So But to me, it also speaks to like a little bit of just trying to waste a little time, get to halftime with this 1-0 lead, and seems a little early to be time wasting, but
Like, I get that. It just seems, like, unprofessional. But then again, he is
the kid's
a
in ninth
freshman.
grade. He's not
He's
a
freshman,
professional.
yeah.
Do you remember you in ninth grade, Kate?
Oh, yeah.
Not professional.
I was a varsity goalkeeper my freshman year.
Yeah, you guys have a lot in common.
Yeah. Kind of.
Coach Yaz, not with his finest touch of his career.
Brady's gonna race for
yeah,
that.
he's kind of gotten the wrong side of him, but Brady did well to get back goal side.
Nice shot.
Falls nicely for Scoborn.
They just need to clear it.
Way to get in front of them there by Banga. Just slow him down a little bit.
Yeah, Banga did really well to get back goal side, and I see the official looking at his watch. Whistle to his mouth, and it is halftime. So at halftime, your score, Benedictine Cadets 1, Trinity Episcopal Titans 0. And Kate, your impressions of the first half.
I think that we definitely had way more chances, and I think that we were more put together than they were. I mean, that the foul was unlucky, like, just all of that was unlucky. Joe getting, like, blindsided, that was unlucky, but I mean, like, Hayes' almost goal and Ryan Lloyd's been up in the box so many times, and I think we're there. We just got to take it one step further. Like, they're there. I don't know. When we were doing predictions before, I was like, I think we got this in the bag.
All right, so give us a score. Give us a predicted score.
Well, I'm only saying this because this is my predicted score that we did before the game, but I said 3-2 us.
Okay, so that sounds like you've got it pegged
some
for a lot of
points to put
second
on the
half
board.
action.
Oh, yeah.
And Cece?
I think that the boys, especially towards the first part of the half, did really well keeping Benedictine in their defensive half, and like more so than just pressuring the ball, being smart with their body position by cutting off the passes and kind of forcing them to go back. And I think maybe as they got tired towards this first half, into the first half, it kind of slacked a little, but I think it's only a 1-0 game. Like, both teams are still in it. Both teams have still shown like eagerness to go after the ball. So I think at this point, like, it's still anyone's game. I just think the biggest part now is that the chances that Trinity does create, they just have to put away, and that when we do get chances, we need to get people in the box so there's more bodies, more opportunities to score, to put those balls away.
Yeah, one factor to keep an eye on, kind of, I guess, literally, is the sun. Because it's going to get lower in the sky. I do think eventually it may get low enough that it will no longer be a factor. But I would think for at least the next 15 to 20 minutes of the second half that for freshman goalkeeper Luke Bergeron could really be dealing with a low sun in his eyes. And you could make a case that sun made the difference in the one goal we've seen. Because I do think it affected Joe and didn't help him in judging the ball. And so perhaps that'll be a bit of an advantage for Trinity, but it doesn't matter if you don't get shots on goal. You know, if you're not shooting on frame, then it's kind of irrelevant. But if you get shots on goal, it's going to be difficult for Bergeron to be able to see the ball with the sun right in his eyes. And then, I think Cece, your point is very well taken about just taking their chances. Titans have created some, but at the same time, Bergeron hasn't really had to make like a spectacular save. He's had a few routine saves, and then he got saved by the crossbar on Hayes' chance. And the Titans seemed a little too relaxed in possession. Like, it's great to have the ball, and they're playing some pretty passes, but there needs to be, I think, a little more of a sense of urgency down a goal on senior day and in a game that you win, you pretty much assure making the state tournament. But if you lose, top 12 make it, you're 11, you lose this one, all of a sudden, it's not a given that they even make it to states. So the range of possibilities are pretty vast, because Trinity could go, I think, all the way from possibly getting to the top 8 in a home game if they win out, all the way to out of the tournament if they lose out.
Yeah.
So it's all kind of still to play for, and I'm excited for the second half, that's for sure.
I think, like, just one more thing to add. You were talking about, like, how the sun's going to be a major factor with the keeper, and I think one thing we've already kind of seen how he's a little cocky with Benedictine's 1-0 lead with his little action over there. So I think if the boys can come out of the second half with a lot of intensity, a lot of power going towards the goal, and kind of take advantage of some of that, catch the keeper off guard, I think that could also be really beneficial to Trinity.
Yeah, another thing I pointed out during the first half, but I would just remind the Titans, if I was in that halftime huddle, we've got Griffin. He pretty much is going to put it right where it needs to go. Use him, stop bypassing him, get the ball at his feet, and let him create. And we've seen a little bit of that, but I think they're just not used to having that extra weapon out there, and hopefully they'll take advantage of that in the second half.
Agreed.
So for me personally, it just occurred to me that this is kind of like the midway point of my 6 hours of soccer today, because coached the JV practice. Now halfway through this game that we're broadcasting.
Oh.
Then headed to go see the VCU women's game tonight against Fordham. So kind of right at the midpoint of that 6 hours of footy, from high school JV to high school varsity to college women. It's a smorgasbord of soccer for your boy, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
All right, so Kate, are you passing the mic? Is that
signing
the deal?
off to Logan Snyder for the second half. And, yeah, she's being a stand-in manager for me right now.
All right, well, Kate, before you go, I want to say you have been part of literally some of the greatest moments in TESPN's 3-year history, including the state quarterfinal penalty kick win, state semifinal last-minute win for the boys. And so if this is your last broadcast, I don't know if it will be. If we host a state game, hopefully you'll get another chance. But or if we make it back to the Final Four, hopefully we'll be at City Stadium again. But if this is your last time on the mic, great job.
Thank
Now
you.
with all the skills you're learning in sports media, we gotta get you.
Best elective, guys.
Yeah, maybe we should get you in some basketball broadcasts this winter.
Ooh.
Or
That'd be
maybe
great if I
not.
knew
You didn't
anything
seem
about
overly
basketball.
confident there.
Well, hey, I mean, for the state games, it was me and Cece.
I know,
so
but she's not leaving
I'm
quite
not
know,
done
yet.
but
yet.
So
Gotta have
us together,
yes,
duo.
good luck charm, right?
dynamic duo for sure. We got volleyball tomorrow. You used to play volleyball.
I did, yes.
I don't remember. Sylvia, are you on with volleyball tomorrow? All right. So our next ESPN broadcast,
Actually,
it's tomorrow, 5:45, volleyball against Norfolk Academy. Sylvia will be there. I think I'll be there. Kate, you might be there.
maybe.
Maybe. All right, team's out for the second half. Kate, thank you.
Of
Enjoy the
course.
second half.
Peace out,
We're
guys.
gonna hold you to that 3-2 prediction. I don't think it will end 3-2.
Oh.
You gotta stay positive.
No, I'm positive. I just don't think it'll be that many goals.
Okay, fair. Yeah. All right. Peace
Bye,
out,
Kate.
ESPN. Introducing Logan Snyder.
And it looks like a few changes from the lineup that started the game. And Logan Snyder puts the headset on. Very excited to have another all-league girls soccer player as one all-LIS player departs and another emerges. Also glad to see Logan make it up to our broadcast booth without getting hurt. That was good. I was a little worried. Logan, you watched the first half. Your impressions?
I mean, Trinity had possession like I would say 30 out of the 40 minutes. So I think it's obviously just need to convert, and I think it was just kind of a fluke of a goal. So I'm pretty confident that we'll come away with a win.
Yeah,
if we can score.
Right. That's very similar to our assessment. We talked about 65, 70% possession, which 30 out of 40 is in 75. But yeah, and same. The goal was a frustrating one to give up, just off a kind of a soft free kick, and Joe got a little bit caught in no man's land, maybe sun in his eyes. But we agree. We think Trinity's played well, but just needs to create a little more. And this is a creative chance right here. And Seth Molesky on his left foot shoots and scores. Assist by Griffin Garnett. Logan was the good luck charm, and just about a minute into the second half, the Titans have evened the score.
He loves those low shots.
Well, that couldn't have been placed better by Seth. Left foot, far corner.
Even you talking about earlier, like playing more through Griffin, we see how he was able to kind of depossess Benedictine and create that chance too.
Yeah, and I mean, phenomenal shot by Seth. In no way am I taking any credit from Seth, but I have to say about Griffin, the weight he put on that pass just hit Seth right in stride, and that's one thing that is, I think, an underrated skill in soccer. Sometimes that if you just slightly overhit that pass, you take him off his stride, or you slightly underhit it, it allows the defender to recover. But he hit it just the perfect weight, hit Seth in stride, and then Seth knew exactly what to do. And if we have any viewers out there who don't know, Cece here is Seth's twin sister. So I have to ask you a twin question. When your twin brother scores, do you feel like a little part of you just scored?
No, I just feel excited for him, just seeing him do really well makes me happy. So.
Do you have that telepathy, though? Like, right before he shot, did you know it was going far post?
I didn't. Can't say that's a skill we share, but.
Okay. I've just heard that about twins, that,
yeah.
when one is in distress, like in Missouri, the other one in Virginia is like, ooh, what's going on right now? But
no.
Y'all aren't like that?
Yeah.
I guess you're not identical, so.
Nope.
Those Pollard twins. Yeah. No. All right, so great early goal. Couldn't ask for a better start to the second half if you're a Trinity fan. Couldn't ask for a nicer day if you like perfect fall autumnal weather. And could not ask for a better atmosphere if you love high school sports. And Jack Cranston did well to knock that off of Joe Hopler for the Cadets. Finds Griffin Garnett's feet. And Griffin continues his, by my count, 100% pass conversion rate. Great ball there by Roman. Clever little left-footed ball. Yeah, there's that sun. Seth just couldn't find it. Oh, that's
Great
nice
ball.
by Hayes. And I think should be a corner kick for the Titans. Logan, were you down for the halftime team talk? Did you hear any of that?
No, I did not. But when I was headed over here, I can't remember who was saying it, but they were really angry that they were down 1-0. And I think that was just a major point down there, was to get angry because this is their senior night and you want to win. Doesn't matter who it is, even though Benedictine's a huge rival, you always want to win on senior night. So I think that was making them really angry over there, which has obviously resulted in a tie right now. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can get another goal.
By the way, if you know why the ref just stopped the game, it's kind of hilarious. I'll let this kick play out, and then I'll tell you. Okay, is cleared, and it'll be a throw. So Ryan Lloyd was in the keeper's face, like waving his arms above his head because he was like the keeper was doing that. So Ryan was like mocking him like maybe a little child when they copy everything you say. And the ref stopped the game to say, like, you can't do that. And I just think it's so funny that Ryan was like mocking the little freshman goalie.
That's funny because wasn't he also a goalie?
Yes, he
So
was. Yeah, exactly.
He knows how to get in their head.
Good
that's
job
a
by the
great
keeper
foul.
there, Bergeron, to out-jump Ryan for that one. It's just funny because it's Ryan, because it's just like, of course he would do that. Griffin with another perfect touch to bring it down. Couple step overs.
One thing I've noticed about his play is that he's probably the most unselfish player I've ever seen. He hasn't taken a shot, and I feel like he could have. And I feel like almost like we could have had some opportunities if he would be a little more selfish.
Yeah, I was about to say perhaps unselfish to a fault,
Yeah.
where it's like you're one of, if not the best player out there, maybe like assert yourself just a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great ball by Brady. And here goes Seth on that end line where he likes to be. I see what Seth saw. Play it right across the
Who's
face
that
of goal,
right
but
winger?
Hayes was not on the same page.
I think like that's kind of just referencing what I was saying at halftime too. Like when we do have the chances, it's not just kind of taking advantage, but like crowding the box with people, because even if you don't really know where it's going, it's easier to score with more people in the box. So.
Yeah, that could play. That could be good.
Oh.
Still alive for the Titans, and it's going to lead to a,
Could have been a high kick.
I think
almost.
it's a throw. It's in a corner where we're kind of blocked by the fans, but I believe it's a throw, not a corner. But it must be right there against the corner flag. But Jack Cranston's got such a strong throw that it pretty much plays like a corner. That's a good one. Oh, free header for Hayes, and he's got his hands on his head because I think he knows he got that one wrong. Hayes Shepard is very capable of scoring from that distance with his head and just didn't quite connect there. But Titans have got to take advantage of this phase of the game. They're really been dominating thus far in the half. Well taken down by Griffin there. Still not really looking to shoot. They're not going to take it from him, though. You're just not. Like, he's just, no one's going to dispossess him, I'm telling you. Oh. Seth with a head in the goal! And Seth Molesky with 2 goals in less than 8 minutes.
I think that might have been an own goal.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was too. Maybe a mix of both.
Yeah.
I'm giving it to Seth.
We'll give it to
Nice
him
ball
Yeah.
played in there by, I believe, Roman Gamino. Sun played a factor. Said at halftime that the sun was going to be tough for the Benedictine keeper, and it definitely was there. And as we see the replay, I do think probably that did go off the head of Benedictine center back. But we're going to give Seth credit for it, and got to give a lot of credit to Roman Gamino. And once again, I mean, it all started with Griffin getting possession, keeping possession, and he had the assist to the assist. Good defending by Roman there. And Joe hesitated a bit. Great job by Matthias Rusi. I mean, you can tell that Scoborn is a strong striker up there and really powerful. And Matthias did well to knock him off stride. Kenan Muminovic comes on for Ryan Lloyd. And I think that's probably going to result in someone changing positions. I don't think Kenan's going to go out on the wing where Ryan was. So I think maybe that pushes Ben from center mid to right wing, and then
Looks like
Kenan
Banga came on
will sit.
for-
Oh, okay. Yeah. Who did Banga come on for? Or did he start this half?
I think he might have started this half.
Oh,
May-
then I don't know. I saw him holding a penny, so I'm not sure what happened there.
Well, it's going to be a throw in for the Cadets right at midfield. And if you're Coach Daniel Gill, 10 minutes ago you were given a halftime talk about how to maintain a lead, and now you're playing from behind. They are onside. That's a great ball.
Great save.
And a good save by Joe Turkley. It's a really good ball by Scoborn, and Roman got a little
Great
fortunate that, and it falls to Hayes, and he is fouled, I believe. Benedictine's goalkeeper is very animated and made sure the official saw the contact.
Maybe looking for a card there. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. It was a little contact. I definitely don't think it rose to the
yeah.
level of a caution, but, you know, keepers, they like to be protected. Too bad Kate's not up here anymore to defend the
She'd have
goalkeepers
something
union.
to say about that.
For sure.
She already had some things to say about that particular player, so I don't know. She didn't love the little move he pulled late in the half where I don't know if you saw, where he like very dramatically dove on the ball when no one was within about 50 yards of him. But
I did not catch that.
She
what a
was not
move there
impressed.
by Seth. No. And Hazel shielded out for a throw. And Banga is now going to come out, and Oliver Simpson back in. And Jack Cranston, the center back, comes all the way up to take the throw in. We saw Trinity nearly score off of his last throw in. Good header there by the Cadets. Good. What a rip by Oliver, but right into a defender.
Oh, good see there.
Yeah. And Griffin gets fouled on the edge of the box. And he maintains his record in this game of yet to have the ball taken from him by an opponent
Legally.
legally. That is a key caveat. And you see Bergeron, the keeper, covering his eyes. So this has got to be kind of a nightmare scenario for a keeper, with Hayes Shepard just outside the box, where he scored at least twice this year on free kicks.
He has a really good curve on the ball. So, interesting. Oh.
And the wall did its job. Thought maybe Hayes, was he trying to go under the wall? I'm not sure,
think
but
so.
I was
yeah.
at practice yesterday, and they were running similar plays like that, and it didn't work. So I'm surprised to see that made the cut for the game.
yeah, I think we need to not implement that one for the girls' season.
It's a
Free
ways
kick from
away.
25 out. I think we just keep it simple. CC on frame.
Try my best.
Yeah, that might be too close for you, actually. That probably ends up in the woods. So maybe Logan, maybe Maddie. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We got a few months. All right, good battle there in the corner. Great job by Brady Lang to show off his strength. You know, Brady's worked so hard in the weight room, and I mean, Antonio Scoborn is jacked, and Brady really did well to just hold him off there.
I think one thing about Brady's defending too is he just never gives up. He's always going full force,
He's
trying
really
to
scrappy.
yeah, trying to get the ball.
That's a dangerous ball. Not cleared yet. And that touch was a little off there by Oliver Eulenfeld. So it'll be a goal kick for the Titans. Good header by Seth Molesky. Good header by Oliver Simpson.
There's not really a sense of urgency, I feel like, from Benedictine right now. I don't know if they're just trying to play it out and hopefully get a goal or what their objective is right now, honestly. Don't.
That's a good point. Giving up 2 goals here early, playing from behind.
You definitely don't have the momentum with as
Yeah.
them either, so I feel like they need to generate something in hopes of coming back to tie or try to win.
Yeah, maybe if you're an optimist as a Cadet fan, maybe you say these guys are confident. They're not panicked. They know they got plenty of time. But I would also think, typically in high school soccer, and especially when it's a rivalry game, you do want to have that edge, that will, that you're playing like you're shot out of a cannon. And I'm not sure I would say that they're doing that right now. I think they have cannons over there, though.
They might.
I think one thing, kind of just piggybacking off of Logan, they don't have that sense of urgency, but I also feel like Trinity's done a good job of anticipating their passes and been able to cut off those passes and do a quick counterattack, which has been beneficial.
There was a little bit of urgency, and I would say Trinity caught a break there. There was a little bit of contact between Nathan Howerton and Roman Gamino, but not too much.
Yeah, he needs to be careful about not giving up on the play. Even if the ref calls it, he kind of stopped to be a little dramatic almost, and that can, if they don't call it, that can be an issue, and then they have to step up.
Logan, have you ever been dramatic on the pitch before?
No, never. I'm always real out there.
All right, another throw in from deep into Benedictine's defensive territory. Sun still a factor. Good header, good defensive header there by number 14 for the Cadets, Chris Whitney. Oh, that ball fell nicely for Hayes Shepard. It's going to come through to Seth Molesky. He finishes, but he is flagged for offsides. And
that one was kind of hard to tell from this
yeah,
angle.
it's hard to tell from this angle. Griffin smartly draws a foul at midfield. And the sun won't be a factor for much longer, as it's shadows are covering almost the whole field, other than a little sliver where the Benedictine goal is.
I'm interested to know if who won the coin toss and if Benedictine picked to be on the side that they started on.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know myself. I got here right at kickoff. Oh, what a ball and a goal! Seth Molesky is having a day. 2 goals and an assist, and Ben Gravely with the goal. and it's 3-1 Titans. Seth, that very ball that he played a few minutes ago across the face of goal that he was begging for someone to get on the end of, he played it again, and this time Ben Gravely got on the end of it and makes it 3-1 Titans. And that was awesome.
I think that goal, like 2-1, is kind of always the worst score to be at, just because either team can still score and it can be a game. But making it 3-1, having that 2-goal lead, definitely puts the Titans in a better position.
They want more. And it will be a corner. Even if you look at, Ben, I don't know if we can get a quick shot of the two benches, but you got one bench, everyone's up into it, and the other bench, everyone's pretty much seated over on the cadet bench. Body language looks a little bit of one of frustration right now. And if you're a Titan fan, you kind of love to see it. We're right about the midway point here of second half. Roman didn't, I think he got caught in between two minds of whether he should shoot it or pass it, and he kind of did neither. Joe way off his line, puts that left foot up into a falcon's nest, I think, in that tree.
Glad I'm not the manager over there anymore.
Yeah, this field is a tough one to be a ball chaser. Woods on two sides, parking lot on another side. And this is going to be a corner for the Cadets, and it could be just what the doctor ordered for them to get back in this game.
I'm sure, I don't know if it's, I'm not sure if it's you who said this, Hamlin, but I know one of my coaches or multiple have always said that a 2-goal lead can be sometimes the most dangerous in soccer because it can be a total momentum shift. So I think we just need to watch for that as they have a 2-goal lead right now.
Yeah, I used to say that. I don't say it anymore because the math, I don't believe in. Like, I think fundamentally 1 goal is more dangerous lead than 2. But I do know a lot of coaches say that. On our last broadcast last week that Griffin Wright was here with me, he kept saying that. I do get it, though, because at 2, if they score and cut it to 1 and then they're like, they have the momentum, I still think it's something coaches say, but I'd rather be up 2 than up 1. But I think the point is well taken. If Benedictine gets the next goal, it's game on, and it's going to be a fight to the finish.
Well,
if Trinity gets the next goal, it's game over, essentially.
I even think, like, right after Trinity scored, like, again, we've seen Benedictine kind of, like, pick up the intensity already with them already having that big kick in the corner. Like, they're definitely trying to fight back now. It's just a matter of if they chose to fight back a little too late.
Yeah, that's a good point. And, it's a great day to play. It's not hot, but I don't know that the Cadets have subbed. Well, they subbed a few guys in very early, but they've subbed very little. And although, as I say that, they're about to send a sub in. And even those early subs, it maybe felt like one of those deals where some normal starters weren't at practice yesterday because they subbed 3 or 4 guys in like 5 minutes into the game and then haven't subbed since. So where the Titans have subbed a bit more, so maybe a little bit of fatigue. Although at this stage of the season, you have to think people are pretty fit. One thing to keep an eye on, though, as Seth Molesky plays a beautiful ball that, frankly, Roman Gamino should have handled better. But Seth is back at center back now. So Matthias Rusi, who did not start, and we hear maybe dealing with a little bit of an ankle issue. Matthias played well, but he's come back out, which moves Seth back into the center back position.
Well, I also think it being senior night, I mean, you see Nathan coming back in, Hayes kind of getting pushed more up top, maybe just giving them the opportunity to have those chances on goal too.
Yeah, I hear that, although I'm the last non-senior I'd be taking off is Matthias.
Yeah.
With all due respect to everyone else, as that's going to be offsides. But despite the offsides, Sconeborn was able to get a nice shove into the back of Brady Lang. So it's probably a combination, or maybe my guess would be Matthias definitely felt like he needed one, or else the coach – actually, Matthias would never has to come out.
Yeah,
So the coaches maybe just want to protect him. But then the choice of who to put in, I would say then if you're going to take him out, you want to make sure a senior goes in.
Yeah.
And because of that, you don't really have another senior that can play this a typical center back. So you move Seth back there, you move Nathan up top. And, I mean, from Seth's standpoint, it's been almost perfect day. You start at center back. You come up, you score 2, you assist 1, and depending what this next 14 minutes looks like, you end back at center back. It's a good day in the Molesky house. Note to self, senior day, May 2nd, 2024.
Oh, we already have
CC
that?
plays striker.
Oh.
I'm taking a guess at the approximate date of senior day. I don't know for sure yet. I'm laughing. Hayes got fouled, but I definitely think he embellished it a little bit on that one. And the
Sometimes
crowd,
you gotta.
yeah, the crowd bought it for sure. But I think Hayes knew what he was doing there. But it's smart. Time is your friend. You've seen the Titans score from a set piece not too long ago. And Seth is going to take it. I'm going to look for the head of Griffin Garnett here.
Did Cranston go out?
No, he's
Oh,
in.
Yeah.
Seth's just being bossy. Hello! Oh, what a save by Bergeron, as it was not the head of Griffin Garnett, but it was the head of Oliver Simpson. And then it fell to Hayes Shepard, and Hayes, I'm sure, wishes he had that one back because he had a golden chance. But credit to Bergeron, who made a heck of a save there. And that keeps the Cadets in it with a shot down 2 still. I think, like I said before, at 3 with this amount of time left, it's probably curtains. But good job by Bergeron.
Yeah, and he's only a 9th grader, too. I mean, he'll have a bright future in this program. I mean, a great goalkeeper for the next 3 years.
Absolutely.
For them, so.
A little bit of a turnover there that's going to lead to a race. And these two have been battling all half. It's a good ball. And he goes to ground. To be fair, while the Cadet fans wanted a penalty, number 5, Joe Hopler, he never appealed. So credit to Hopler. He went down, but he was not trying to sell it, just coming together, and we play on. And Hopler with a strong tackle there, and then a nutmeg. And this time he is fouled. And Oliver Simpson plays it away, so they can't take the quick restart.
Yeah, I thought that was mostly ball there.
Yeah, I
I
did
mean,
too.
maybe they're trying to get back from the possible foul in the box, but I thought that was pretty clean.
We are starting to see a little bit more urgency from Benedictine here. And that's an excellent tackle. But there, Griffin steps in. And that's several times today, Griffin has both tackled and completed a pass, all with one touch.
I think, too, like, as Benedictine's kind of picked up their intensity a little bit, it's become a little bit more scrappy on the field, just not as many pass completions, kind of the ball just going up in the air, and it's whoever gets to it first. So I think Trinity's just got to be careful of that, making sure that they're the first ones to the ball to keep that gap.
Yeah, and to be honest, the way the game's gone the last few minutes is sort of how I expected it to go the whole time. I mean, typically when these teams play, it tends to be pretty scrappy, physical. Really hasn't been much of that, but it's starting to be, as Benedictine knows they've got to create something here quickly. Good composure by Bergeron there. And, yeah, Logan, I agree. I think he's going to be a really special player in this cadet program as the years go by. But, yeah, the tackles are flying in now. And, Bergeron and Sims come together, and this is the kind of Trinity Benedictine battle I remember being a part of so many times.
Yeah, I feel like that shouldn't be a PK, but like a yellow card on just an unnecessary foul, not on the ball at all. Well said.
All right, the sun is no longer a factor. The field is completely cloaked in shadow. And the physical play continues. This one could go either way, but I think they're going to call it against Oliver. And frankly, Oliver probably should get a yellow. That's twice now that he's just played the ball away after committing a foul and wasting time. But you know, I mentioned, Logan, you weren't here yet, but early in the game that this ref tends to do a really good job of keeping a lid on things. He's very calm. And I think his AR is maybe mentioning to him that Oliver has been wasting time twice now.
Definitely.
He's telling him, that's your last warning. It's good officiating.
Yeah, definitely getting more feisty between the teams, a little bit more physical, which we didn't see as much in the first half and first part of the second half.
Yeah, it seems like there's been more fouls in the last 5 minutes than the first 65.
Yeah.
Sorry. There was a decided lack of athleticism over there among the faculty that the ball came to. Banworth missed the touch. Mr. Short wanted nothing to do with it. And then the Benedictine fan with the hoodie went right through his hands. Coach Clary judging them all. All right, a lot of headers. The game has definitely become chaotic, as both of you have pointed out. Nathan Sims able to stretch his legs and show off his wheels and puts a shot on frame.
Rumor actually has it that he's going to announce where he's taking his talents to for the next 4 years after this game.
Really?
Wow.
I think it's between William and Mary and Rhode Island, I believe.
Okay.
But he will not tell anyone until, I guess, senior night, like the senior
Oh,
night
wow. Okay,
celebrations.
cool. Well, I really respect, first of all, keeping it a secret, because I've seen so many times when people are like, oh, I'm going to make my college announcement at 6 o'clock on such and such day, but then they just tell everybody, and the announcement is anticlimactic. So I like that, and those two good choices. But I can tell you by, October 19th, there might already be snow on the ground in Rhode Island, just saying.
Yeah.
Good slide tackle there, and another. And, Cece or Logan, I actually can't remember. Maybe it was Logan that said this a while ago about the lack of urgency by Benedictine. They've definitely, they're showing urgency now. It might be too little too late, but this is, in some ways, you might say, devolved into just a game of kickball and shoving. On the other hand, though, I kind of love it just because it's, as long as no one gets hurt, but I just love how hard both teams are playing now.
And I think, just saying that, too little too late, it's so common for teams once they get down a certain goal to really pick it up. And I think that just shows the importance of, keeping it 110% all the time because you really don't know how the game's going to play out. So you always want to be putting your best foot forward to avoid that.
If I'm Roman here, I'm taking my time on this, but there we go. Yeah, smart decision.
Good pressing by Oliver Simpson to create this throw-in, and with about 5 or so minutes left at this stage of the game, a throw-in is kind of priceless because it gives you a chance to run 30 seconds off the clock. And if you're a Titan, the clock is very much your friend at this stage. Kenan not as ambitious as he apparently was at Woodbury, shooting from crazy distances. Chose not to shoot that time, which was probably the right decision. One of the seniors is coming back on, Ryan Lloyd. Also one of our TESPN colleagues. And Ben Gravely had a solid, especially second half, and he scored the third goal. Hayes Shepard again gets ahead on one of Cranston throws, but put it wide. Although I think they're going to say it came off Benedictine last, so it'll be a corner for the Titans. So seeing how Trinity's played in this game, especially in the second half. So Benedictine currently is 10th in the state rankings, Trinity 11th. Maybe after this result, that flips. I mean, the new poll won't come out till next week, but you have to think Trinity moves up with a good week, win at Woodbury, who I think was 12th, win over Benedictine at 10th. Nathan Sims, I thought he scored. I think he scored. He didn't score?
I thought that went over the line, but I also can't see.
Yeah, I mean, the officials had a much better angle than us. I'm not sure how he didn't score, but guess it stayed out. But that would have been a dream scenario for Nathan on his senior day. But it's back to what I was saying. This team is probably the healthiest it's been all season, getting Kenan back. And they've had several other players who've missed some time here and there. I'm not sure what Griffin's availability is going forward for postseason play, but you all have both seen this Titan team play quite a bit this season. What kind of run you think they can make in states?
I think that one of the biggest things, honestly, for this boys team has just been building their confidence and chemistry. I mean, they obviously lost a lot of their starting lineup last year, so a lot of new players starting, and I think just with that kind of case scenario, it takes time to build chemistry, and I think kind of as the season's progressed, we've seen the chemistry build up more. So I think just as they continue to put in the work, as they continue to trust each other on the ball, I think that their chances are going to increase.
Yeah, I honestly haven't watched too many games, but I mean, they've looked really dangerous here today, so I think they could be a team that could upset someone in the, what's it called?
State
tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just I looked at the rankings earlier today. If they end up in that 9, 10, 11 slot, you're looking at possibly a trip to John Paul the Great, who came here earlier this year, and Trinity lost 2-0 in that game, but it was one of the very first games of the season. And I'm sure John Paul's probably improved as well, but this team looks much better than they did back at that time, and also much healthier. And
I also just think getting this win is just going to be that more beneficial to the Titans. They've looked really strong out here today, so they see what they can do now if they work together. So I think that's only going to help them perform just as good in future games.
Yeah, I think this has got to be a huge confidence boost. It's going to put them on a 2-game winning streak with 2 away games next week at Veritas and at Stab, which are both winnable for sure. Not easy. I think Stab is 9th in the rankings, so they're good. And Veritas is highly ranked in D, D2 or they might even be D3 for boys. But if they were to win those, come into the postseason play on a 4-game winning streak, I think this team could make a run. I really do. You have several players who have the experience of getting to a state championship game last year, like Seth Molesky, Hayes Shepard, Joe Turkley, Brady Lang, who all played big minutes on that team, and then some other guys like Oliver, Ben, Jack, who played some. And, I mean, we saw Collegiate, who's number 1. They're very, very good, and that's not a team you probably would want to get drawn against, especially on their huge field. But great job by Seth. He's been good at center back. He really has. There's still a lot of soccer to be played, but I'm pretty optimistic that this team can go to the state tournament and could get back to City Stadium. I really think they could. I mean, some of it will depend on matchups, staying healthy for sure, and that would be awesome. That was so much fun last year. I've got to say, though, you better mark better on set pieces than they did on that one. They just gave up a free header and kind of, I mean, Coach Yazinski's having a go right now at the back line. And, yeah, I mean, it's like they switched off there. And that also, to your way earlier point, Cece, that was very similar to how Benedictine did score their goal. So you can't switch off even though we're late in the game here. Griffin Garnett. He might end up getting an assist after all. Ryan Lloyd on senior day puts the finishing touches on it. Assist by Griffin Garnett. And that is a dream finish for Ryan Lloyd on his senior day. And we also saw Griffin being a little more assertive, and it pays off with a goal. That was a tough finish by Ryan. Ball had a funky spin on it. Ryan had to get his hips around it and kept it low, and that will be the last kick of the ball. Ryan Lloyd puts the exclamation point on a Titan win, 4-1 on senior day over crosstown rival Benedictine. And I hope this is not our last soccer broadcast of the year. There's still, I think, an outside chance for maybe getting a home first-round game, but maybe we can take our show on the road if, depending where we end up at states. But I, for one, yeah, we did it last year. I, for one, am hoping that now that Logan's gotten a taste of this, she's really good. We've got a deep reservoir of student announcers, so hope we'll get a chance to broadcast some more games. But all right, Cece, I know you're being summoned to celebrate senior day with your twin brother, and I'm going to go with Seth as player of the game, 2 goals and an assist, and great work at center back. But Cece, I'll give you a chance for any last thoughts before you sign off.
I'm just really proud of this team. They really, after getting scored in the first half, they really came out in the second half with some motivation, some fire, and just really showed that they're able to like push through the setbacks and try their hardest. And I think on senior night, there's really nothing more you can ask for, especially with 2 seniors scoring, and especially with a senior kind of capping it off at the end. It's just kind of what you want to see on senior night. So
yeah, I really don't think you could have written a better script. And now, because all's well that ends well, the fact that they got behind makes it even a better story.
Yeah.
To come back and overturn a 1-goal deficit at halftime with a 4-0 second half performance. All right, well, Cece, we'll let you go.
Thank you.
Enjoy celebrating the seniors, and see you hopefully in a few minutes on the bus to the VCU game. Logan, it's your first time on the mic, yeah?
Yep.
First of all, how'd you like it?
I think it's fun. I like watching it from up here too.
How do you like hearing the sound of your own voice coming through these headphones?
I don't like it. I hope I don't ever have to listen to this.
Yeah, trust me. I can definitely sympathize with that. Sometimes I get very sick of the sound of my own voice. And then just your impressions of what you saw out here today.
I mean, I think it was a great showing overall. Besides the goal that they conceded, I mean, they had possession pretty much the whole first half. Hit the post once or twice at least, and then the second half they really showed their resiliency, I think, and that they can come away with it after being down, and I think that's really important going into the state tournament because competition is at its highest. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's great analysis from you. So, just want to, I don't even have a Trinity roster because I know them all, but I want to give a shout out to each of the seniors who played their part on this team on their senior day. As we see Griffin jogging off the field, I guess, to go to his practice. But he played a huge role, and it's fun to watch Griffin in Titan colors. But the seniors, Seth Molesky, Hayes Shepard, Banga Winda, Nathan Sims, Joe Turkley, Jack Cranston, Ryan Lloyd, of course. That's quite a group, and it really runs the gamut. I mean, you had Seth, who played for Richmond United and didn't join high school soccer until his junior year. You have Ryan as someone who played JV soccer in 8th and 9th grade, then didn't play soccer for a couple years and comes back as a senior and ends up scoring. You have Nathan, track star, who had never played high school soccer, playing a big role on this team. Jack Cranston, 5 years in the program, JV player, 8th, 9th grade, and cool to see him become like a major leader on the team as a senior after not getting a ton of varsity minutes prior to this year. And then Banga, who had not played soccer since, I think, his 9th grade year, making a return this year, and he ended up starting and playing a lot of minutes. And finally, Hayes, who has been the guy who's probably logged the most game minutes in his career as a Titan. I guess his 9th grade year was COVID, I believe, so didn't get to do much, but pretty much a 3-year starter, started in the state championship game, and I'm confident Hayes has postseason accolades coming. I'm sure he's going to be an all-league and probably an all-state candidate. And so they've all contributed in very different ways, but it's been a great group. Not quite like last year where there was 8 or 9 senior starters who'd all been in the program for at least 4 years. But it's hard to be the class that follows like the class. Yeah, and last year's class was one of the greatest in school history on the boys soccer side. But this class of 24 is really represented, and we saw it here today. So hopefully they've still got a bunch more games to play. Certainly a couple road games next week at Veritas and at Stab. But I can't wait to see what they're able to put together in terms of a state tournament run and trying to get back to City Stadium in the Final Four where they were last year. Any last thoughts from anybody up here? Also want to thank today's producer, another senior and TESPN star, Silvio Troy. And I'm sure we'll hear Silvio's voice again real soon with volleyball tomorrow and at least one more football broadcast to go next weekend. And junior Ben Snyder on the camera today did a great job. How do you like this new camera, Ben?
It's so much easier.
So much easier, yeah. We're very fortunate that we've got some cool new equipment here. And Logan, it was awesome to have you. I know you've been wanting to do this, and you did a great job. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks to everybody that watched. This was a really fun game. Definitely one of the most fun times I've had this fall broadcasting for TESPN. And appreciate everyone watching. As we sign off, you can see the senior families lining up to honor their sons on Senior Day. And thank you all so much. For Logan Snyder, Silvio Troy, Ben Schneider, Cece Molesky, and Kate DeRocco. And for executive producer Carter Tyree, I'm Rick Hamlin signing off. Hashtag Titan Nation. Go Titans. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, if you want to go get that speaker over there. Where at? Right over there where Anna's at, right in the bleachers. You just bring it over here. Bring it over here, Lonnie? Yeah, bring it over to me, please. And I'm going to plug it in over here. Because I don't think you have power there, right? Is this one right, Brian?
No, I mean, it can be now. It was just going to be a small little block rocker that I had set right here.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So that's not going to work. The battery's not going to work.
Oh, the battery's not going to work for it?
Yours has a little brother? Yours has a younger brother? Oh, I did not know that. I did not know there was a good cheer.
Test.
Yeah, I charged it before I brought it.
Let's give these boys a round of applause for an excellent senior night match. Seniors from 2023 boys varsity soccer, class of 2023. Like I said, first we have midfielder, defender, and manager Jack Cranston. He's escorted by his parents Faith and Mike Cranston. His plans for next year are to study either business or sports management at a college. Fun fact about Jack, he has two dogs, Millie and Gracie. His favorite memory from his time on varsity soccer is being able to be part of the team that made it to the state finals last year and hopefully again this year. His advice to young players, do not listen to Ben Gravely or Pierce Little. Special thanks, we'd like to thank his parents, his sister, his teammates, and all of his coaches, especially Coach Phillips. Congrats, Jack. Next up, a defenseman, Brady Lang, escorted by his parents, Julie and Mike. His plans for next year is to go to college and be a PT or study pre-veterinarian school. Fun fact, as he used to be right-footed, his favorite memories from his time on varsity soccer is states last year and the semifinal win. His advice to young players, if you're having a bad game, pick your head up and keep trying, because giving up is the most selfish thing you can do. Special thanks to all the coaches he's had and all the alumni from last year. Congrats, Benny. Next up, our striker, Ryan Lloyd, escorted by Megan and Chris. Potential plans for next year, study either sports management or biology. A fun fact about Ryan is he wishes that goldfish were half as good as Cheez-Its. Favorite memory from his time on varsity soccer, beating St. Chris at home and playing games with the student section cheering. His advice to young players, watch and listen to your teammates. You just might pick up tips for yourself that will make you better. Special thanks to the coaches for their faith in him, and to the other seniors for all the laughs throughout the season. Congrats, Ryan. Midfielder, Seth Molesky. Escorted by Stephen Becky Molesky and his sister Cece. Potential plans for next year, study finance at Clemson or UNC. Fun fact about Seth is he eats a lot of buffalo chicken wings. His favorite memories from his time on varsity soccer is beating Woodbury in the state tournament last year. Advice to younger players, have no regrets, because you never know when your last game will be. Special thanks to his parents and his sister and his dogs. Congrats. Midfielder, Banga Miranda, escorted by Mom Sherry Miranda. Potential plans for next year, he plans to study business and marketing in college. Fun fact about Banga, he loves watching football on the weekends. Favorite memories from his time on varsity soccer is our team bonding together during the Woodbury Invitational. Advice to younger players, take in every speech Ian O'Neill gives you. Special thanks to his mom, coaches, teammates, and especially Coach Morris for encouraging him to join the program and pushing him to get better every day. Congrats, Banga. Midfielder, Hayes Shepard, escorted by Erica and Angela. Next year going to college and studying business. Fun fact is he likes to surf with friends. His favorite memory from his time on varsity soccer is beating Collegiate in the state semis of last year. Advice to young players, don't listen to Pierce. Special thanks to his parents for pushing him to become a better player in person every single day. Congrats, Hayes. Forward, senior Nathan Sims, escorted by Lamar and Lena Sims. His plans for next year is furthering his academic and track and field career at the University of Rhode Island, and plans on majoring in landscaping architecture. Fun fact about Nathan is he collects vinyls. His favorite memory from his time on varsity soccer is going to the Woodbury tournament and playing icebreaker games with teammates. Advice to younger players, it's never too late to try a new sport. It's an opportunity to connect with others and find a new interest. Special thanks to Joe Turkley for spending countless hours this summer at Trinity with Nathan teaching him how to play soccer again. Congrats, Nathan! And last but not least, our goalkeeper, Joe Turkley! Plans for next year at Trinity College with the Lights. Fun fact about Joe is he was bitten by an ostrich once. Favorite memory from his time on varsity soccer, beating St. Chris for the first time since 2015. Coach Phillips giving us printed out targets when we were ranked #1 in the state last year. His advice to young players is don't suck and always hold hands when you cross the street. Special thanks to all the coaches for helping him grow and develop through the years. Coach Tyree for teaching him literally everything he knows and always being willing to talk baseball. And to Matthias for always tying his shoes when he leads. Congrats to Joe. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, varsity soccer. 20%